Hello, hello. I am so excited to be with you guys this afternoon. Here in a few minutes, I am going to be bringing my friend Brittany on screen here with us so that we can hear her whole take about what we're going to talk about today. So today you don't just get to hear from me. There's Lucy. Give me those lovey bubbles. I love those hearts. It's because I'm a type 1. I love the heart emoji. And when I go live and I see people start to pop the hearts up. Oh, Lucy, she always gives me the most delicious hearts. I'm going to be talking about something that is like so near and dear to my heart. Oh, thank you, Lucy. Check out these tiger earrings that bring in my secondary 3. Are those not awesome? So I have been dressing my truth for over 7 years now, I believe. It's an awesome program. If you haven't heard of it, after this live video, go check it out. If you're a friend of Brittany's, then just have her send you a link to the quiz. And if you're a friend of mine, then just chat with me later on after the video, and I will send you the link to the Dress Your Truth quiz. It is so beneficial. It has been one of the most transformative things that I've ever done. Not only for myself, but for my family. It's been a healing journey. It's been just an amazing journey. But I literally have studied this program like all of the different types that are in this program. I'm not that person that just watches it like my type. I watch like all of it. So anyway, I've studied this program like so much because I love fashion and I love healing and all of that. So I am going to be doing Inner Truth Revealed group coaching, and I'm really excited about that. I will give all the details at the end of this, but I have been mentoring Brittany through the process of dressing her truth, and I'm going to bring her on now. I have never done this, guys. Let me see here. Let me see. Looking for Brittany. I wonder if she's on here yet. Brittany, are you on here? Can you comment if you are? I have never brought someone on screen before. See, that's to invite friends, but I'm just wanting to... Okay, yeah, I'm trying to add you in. Brittany's here. It's showing like Lucy. Can you request to? Let's see here. It's wanting Lucy to join me. Let me see here. Thank you guys for being so patient. I love when you guys are just so patient as I figure things out, because I am on here a lot. Brittany, you should be able to request to join. Yeah, Lucy, it's wanting you to join. It keeps saying like, invite Lucy to join. I'm trying to invite Brittany. Oh, hold on. There you are, Brittany. Send the invite now. Yes, Lucy, please join me sometime. Honestly, I would love to hear more about your journey. I would love everybody to hear more about your journey. So anyway, we're adding Brittany now, and it's been very rewarding to watch Brittany's transformation. It's been awesome to just watch her, and some of the reactions that she's getting from people is very exciting. So give me a thumbs up if you've heard of Dress Your Truth before. I know some of you have probably heard me talk about it. Okay, there's Brittany. Brittany's popping up now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but for some reason you're very quiet.
I was trying to join on my computer, but it is only letting me join on my phone. Can you invite me again?
Yes, we're going to invite her again, okay? All right. We're going to try here again because her audio was kind of weird, and I wanted to make sure everybody could hear her because she is looking fabulous today, and she has such a fabulous journey that she's on that she has to share with everybody. Again, thank you guys for your patience as we figure this out. It's coming. It's going to pop up here. It's like it's not wanting to recognize her. It will, though. Okay, so Lucy says she can hear well. That's good. Brittany. Are you on now, Brittany? Like, are you viewing this? Because I know you said you were switching from your laptop. There we go. Invite them. There we go. They can't join your broadcast at this time. Okay. It's coming. She must have switched to her other device, is what I'm guessing. That's okay. I've got to show you guys my leggings when we finish here because they are fabulous. They're so much fun. I have never had leggings this fun. All right, Brittany.
Hold on.
So much fun.
For some reason, you are inherently quiet.
Me at all?
Talk again.
Can you hear me?
You sound like really, really far away.
It's not letting. It's only sending me the invite on my phone, not my laptop, which is what I was thinking I was going to use.
Yeah, for some reason, it sounds like my volume's turned down. Talk again.
Hello, hello. I can grab my headphones.
Okay.
Let me try that.
This is so weird. Okay. So Lucy, she sounds good to you. This is so odd. I'm not sure why I can't hardly hear her. I'm going to type in and see if he will. My husband is bringing my like earbud things. I don't know if that's okay. Everybody else is hearing. Yeah, for some reason, Brittany, I can hardly hear her. Trying to make sure. You guys are so patient. I just love you guys. I am so grateful for people who are this invested, who are willing to hang with us on here. All right. The funny thing is, Brittany, everyone says they can hear you but me. Oh, now I can't hear you at all.
Should I try it with my headphones or not?
I can hear you. Oh my goodness, I can hear you now.
Perfect. Then I will use these.
Great. Thank you so much. Brittany, you look fabulous today.
Thank you.
I love you in type 3. And the funny thing is, when Brittany first started dressing her truth, she did not think she was a type 3. And you were going down a very hard path toward a different type. Can you tell them about that?
So when you mentioned that you didn't wear black, I was horrified. Like, who could not wear black? I mean, it's been my favorite color forever. It matches everything. I have jewelry that matches. It's slimming. It's always in style. It's a classic. So you casually mentioned that you, and I think Lucy or somebody else, you guys don't wear black. Oops. And I was, like, stunned. Like, who could do that? So I thought about it for a while. And you mentioned there were certain types. Sorry, I just lost my lighting. You mentioned that there were certain types that did wear black and certain types that didn't. So I thought, okay, well, I must definitely be the type that does wear black then. So I took the quiz, which was an old quiz, actually, not updated. And no surprise, it showed me as black, which is what I wanted it to be. So I was like, yes, I can start wearing black. And I started looking at some of the patterns that went with black, and I was like, ooh, I'm not really feeling this. But okay, if this is what I am, then I'll just make it work. And Claire ever so lovingly said, you don't really fit into that category, that personality. I've never really seen you act that way. I've never seen you dress that way. I think you're more a 3. And I was like, a 3? What could that be? Okay. So I said, well, I'll try it. So I went back, rewatched all the videos, and realized, oh, this feels a lot better. Like, I like these colors a lot. And so I bagged up all my black clothes, all my gray clothes, and was like, I'm just going to try it. And so I just got my little color cards, carried them around with me, and I prayed. I was like, God, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on like a whole new closet. So you're going to have to provide for me. And I went to, somebody gave me all these clothes, like our co-op or something. I forget where it was. And I came home with tons of clothes in my color for free. So that was nice. And then
you sent me a Marco Polo and you're like, look at my stuff. And literally Brittany had an entire, like pretty much his entirely new wardrobe.
I did. And that was, I was going to go to my favorite store. It's the only store I've shopped at for 10 years. It's called Clothes Minter. It's like a little bit of an upscale thrift store, and everything's sorted by color and size and sleeve. So it's so easy to just get in and out and get what you need. It's what I've always used. And so I was like, I'm just going to go there. And I'm like, God, please send me some good sales or something. And all of a sudden the store is packed. Like people are going down the street. And I was like, oh, I must have picked the wrong day, but I have no clothes to wear. Like everything I own is black. I own like 2 things not black. I have nothing to wear. I have to shop today. And they had a sale. Everything outside was $1.50. So I just went through bins and I bought 45 pieces for $1.50. Couldn't try them on, so it was a gamble, but at least half of them fit, and I'm still wearing to this day. So it was incredible. And then I started looking into jewelry, like, ooh, what type of jewelry would a type 3 wear? And now it is so easy to get dressed in the morning because everything coordinates. And we travel a lot. That's one of the things that we do as a family. And it used to be like so stressful because I love jewelry and I love matching clothes. So I would spend hours before a trip, like laying clothes out on the bed, trying to find jewelry that would match. It would take so long, and it was one of the most stressful parts of getting ready to go on a trip. Now I've been on several trips since DYT, and I've packed in less than an hour at most, maybe 30 minutes, because everything coordinates. I just grab my jewelry bag, throw some stuff in, and I know I can mix and match, and I'm going to look good no matter what. Whereas before I had like some gold jewelry, some silver jewelry, some bright clothing, some dark clothing, some of this, and now it's all together.
Yes. And it was really rare for me to tell you like that you weren't a type 4. That's very rare because I support women in their journeys, and sometimes they need to live in another type first. Like they need to go through that processing. And I support that because that's part of their journey. But I knew as a type 3, I was like 99% sure you were a type 3. And I'm like, if this girl goes whole hog in type 4, I will never get her back. Type 3s are like, get me in there, let's get out, let's forward, and I've got this down and I'm not going to think about it anymore. So yes, I was like you said, very lovingly, just was like, have you considered that you could possibly not be a type 4?
And I hadn't considered it until you mentioned it. I'm so glad you did say it, because if you had let me go on that path without suggesting it, I would have been like, oh no, Claire knew. So I was thankful that you did say something and that you've been there for me the whole time. Like the DYT community is invaluable. Like I have watched, I told Claire, 3 to 5 of their videos every week about, hey, I mean, I'm still learning how I want to style my hair, but jewelry, clothing, workout clothes, like everything. I just go on and learn something new every week. But whenever I get stuck, or whenever I've had an outfit that I'm like, oh, I have a wedding, I cannot figure out what to wear, I'll like Marco Polo Claire and be like, okay, is this a type 2? Is this a 3? Help me out. And you've always given me the best tips. So I feel like I haven't done this alone. Like if it was just a random ad on Facebook, I probably wouldn't have joined. But knowing, oh, okay, I've got someone who has my back, who's experienced with this, and support made all the difference in the world. And the little style cards, like they fit in my wallet. So if I'm somewhere and I decide to go shopping, do you have them? I left mine in. I just finished going shopping.
Sorry, I should have brought mine, because see, Brittany invested in the style kit, which I recommend everybody to do. Do not try to wing it. You are going to waste your time, which is going to spend more money in the process. You just get your style kit and you get in lifestyle and you roll forward. Like,
you want me to go
especially
grab
Brittany. Yeah, go grab yours. Some types, Brittany is a type 3 and she's still working on figuring out her secondary. So I'm a type 1 secondary 3. We're very swift to move forward with things, and we're very colorful or exotic. Some of you guys who are watching may be more soft and subtle and quiet and reserved, or bold and concise, and everything is black and white to you. That's the beauty of this program. There's something for everybody, and you get to feel normal. I've always felt a little bit abnormal for DYT. Give me a thumbs up if you've ever felt like out of the loop, guys, honestly. Like, if you're a type 4 and you've just felt like, why can't I do parties? Like, why don't parties work for me? Or if you're a type 2 and you feel like you have to know someone for a while before you can fully connect. Like, give me a thumbs up if you felt that way. Now you get to know that you're normal, right, Brittany? We're normal. We're all just so normal.
Absolutely.
And so we thought we were weird.
When you get your kit, it's going to come with a lot of things. I'll just show the pattern and color guides. You're going to get a big one. You're going to get little ones that go in your wallet, and you're going to get all 4. I thought, oh, I'd have to pick one, and then what if I change my mind? They send you the style kits for all 4, so in case anything changes, you can always compare. And then these are the square ones, which have the colors for each one. So the colors that I'm wearing are a type 3, so they coordinate with this. Claire is currently wearing a type 1. She is a type 1, which are these colors. And then on the back, there's pattern guides. So these would be patterns that would go with the type 4 and their clothing. And then I'm a type 3, so these are patterns I would kind of wear. These would be a type 2, and these would be a type 1. So they're great to have with you because when you're shopping, you've got the little ones. You can just hold these up to your clothes and be like, does it fit in with this colors? Like, does it clash or does it just melt right in? And then when you see different patterns, you can see how varied the styles are for randomness, for placement, for colors, whether they're soft and blend in or whether they're bold and stand out. So they've been a huge, huge help. They're all bent up and torn, and I've shown them to a million people, and I carry them around a lot. Huge help.
Yes, and it's so apparent when you held up that type 3 card. It was so apparent that you're dressing your truth. Like, oh yeah. And when you held up the pattern guide, like everything.
Yeah. And this jewelry, so ended up coming from the type 3 store. So most of my jewelry was silver. And so Claire had told me, she's like, the jewelry from the type 3 store, from the store, DYT store, is very quality. It doesn't break. It's very sturdy. So I ended up going on and just saying, show me all clearance for type 3. And ordered several different like bracelets, earrings, and necklace so I could get the hang of what jewelry looked like. Now I feel a little bit more confident to go out and buy it myself if I wanted. But in the beginning, I wanted to know, okay, like what is different? Like types 3 has a lot of angles, a lot of points. I have always loved leopard print. My friends teased me about it when I was young. And I remember I wanted everything leopard print. I wanted my headbands, I wanted my outfits, and my grandmother bought a big roll of leopard print pants and made me leopard print pants. And my mom thought they were too flashy to go out. She was like, you cannot wear those out. They're like pajama pants. But I loved my leopard. And so when I saw this necklace, I was like, yes, I am adding leopard back into my wardrobe. I am so excited. It's just something that a lot of type 3s are gravitate towards, is animal prints. And so that made so much sense as well. When Claire said, oh, you might be a type 3, I was like, yes. Because in childhood, I loved animal prints.
And that is something I want to point out here. This is not becoming something new. It's becoming who you always were. The sign has always been there. It's like written in the DNA of who you are. Like it's in our faces. Like I'm just so bright and animated and this heart on my face. And you just have this like cat-like quality of just, I don't know, you can see it in the face. And it is something that it takes a process to learn, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's so worth the investment. So I want to talk on like a professional realm because Brittany and I are both CCA coaches. And so we coach over Zoom all the time. And we know how to put ourselves together to look professional, whereas if we weren't careful, we would try to look like professional and we would put on like black blazer jackets and I would appear like a clown in a black blazer jacket. I've tested this with women on live wearing black and they could tell it was incongruency, and you begin to question a person when they're not dressing their truth. There's like this, okay, you seemed like outside, but then you started acting that way, and subconsciously our brains kind of doubt that person. But when we are addressing our truth, it's like there's this beautiful harmony that people trust us. So do you have some stories to share with us about your clients? Any clients' reactions?
Oh, well, yeah, the most recent one, I would guess so, that was shared about me. So yeah, I agree with Claire, and I've always wanted to look good and professional. Like I've never gone for the sloppy sweatpants and spit up, pooped on shirt. I just have never done that. I feel like even before I was a CCA coach and doing this for the last year, I was a mom, and that was my profession. And so you dress, and you dress for what you want to attract. I knew if I wore sweatpants, saggy pants, I would attract a certain type of energy, a certain type of finances, a certain type of attitude, a certain type of friends. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that for my children either. They have to look at me all day. Like, I'm home with them, homeschooling them. I want them to see, oh, mom takes care of herself as a mom. Mom takes, no matter what season I'm in, whether I am coaching or whether I'm at home, I want it to look good. So that was always important to me. Now that DYT has come in, I feel way more confident. I can tell a difference when I'm coaching. I have had clients mention, like, wow, your confidence level, you are, like, when we coach, you're just there. You know what's going on. You're presentable. You've just got it going on. And I have heard that feedback from clients since switching, that they can even tell a difference. And that's what you want. When we're in a coaching session, like, it is very real. It's very vulnerable. You know, you're trusting us, you're sharing with us, and we're working through really serious issues. And that is the time that, yes, you want to feel 100% comfortable. That's what I think some of the results I've gotten this year, that every client I've had has re-signed with me. Like, after their sessions, we've just kept going because they have felt comfortable. And it's not, I'm not showing up, you know, just 5 seconds of, you know, lipstick and messy hair. Like, this is professional. This is what Claire and I've trained for the last year or a couple of years. This is what we spent tens and tens of thousands of dollars on getting certified and trained. Like, this is serious stuff. And so we dress to match the part. We do not show up, you know, in our sweatpants. Well, I mean, you might not know, you know, if we had sweatpants on, but from here up, you know, we are as we are. No, I have some DYT leggings on right now. But yes, it is. It's a key part, and it helps with confidence. And in coaching sessions and in business, that is one of the key things. No matter what you're doing, whether you're selling, you know, a network marketing product, whether you're coaching people, whatever you're doing, people are looking at you, and they are, I don't know if judging is the right word, but they are making assessments of you. And the way you dress, the way you present yourself, the way you run your business is how they know they're going to be treated as a client, whether they're buying oils from you, whether they're buying coaching session from you, whether they're buying clothes from you, whatever it is. That's the first thing they see is this. Before you even open your mouth, they have already made an assumption, whether it's correct or not. They've made an assumption about you. So I want the assumption to match what's going on inside, which is, yes, I'm a type 3. This is the way I like to look. This is the way I look. This is really me. I cut my hair a little because I wanted to style it differently around my face, but I didn't change anything about me. It just allowed me to come out. So what I present myself, oh yeah, this is it.
Yes. And it's Dress Your Truth is it's a straightforward program. It's pretty easy to follow. Now there's a lot of resources in life content. So that's where I get a lot of people asking, like, well, what about this? And I'll send people links to the videos because it can be a little bit overwhelming at first for some people. But that's why I'm doing this Inner Truth Revealed group coaching starting on Monday. Guys, registration is about to close. So if you're interested, get on board now because I'm closing registration at noon tomorrow. So you're probably like, well, there's already this big program. Why would I invest in something else? So this is why. Okay, do you want to say?
I'll share, yeah. Okay, so why you'd want to invest is because the DYT program itself is incredible. There's tons of resources, there's tons of videos, and they will email you like, you know, watch this video, watch that's helpful. But it is a lot, and no matter what type you are, 1, 2, 3, or 4, it can be overwhelming. And you are not going to know everything. Like, even if you watch the video, like they have one on purple, how to pick shades of purple for your type, which I thought was really cool. But even if you've watched them, there are still going to be questions that are going to come up. Or like, Claire was able, when I had a wedding coming up, I was trying to match this outfit and I could not figure it out. And nothing looked good. Like, I was becoming very discouraged. Like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to look good for this wedding. Yeah. It's cold. What am I going to do? And she was like, you're missing a pop of color. Like, where's the color? You know, I was matching in my colors, but they were all, you know, they weren't as bright. So I added, you know, like a red and stuff. Suddenly the outfit looked great. And I was like, I would have never gotten that from a video because I would have had to sit there for hours and hours and watch video, and it wouldn't have been personal to me. So knowing that I could message Claire was great. And when things come up, like as a coach, she can challenge thoughts around that. Like, why do you feel like you have to wear black? Like, what do you think makes that special, because sometimes it's not just a dressing issue. Sometimes we have assumptions. Like, I wasn't allowed to wear leopard print going out of the house, the pants. It was too bold. It was too out there. My mom was like, no, I don't want you to do it, which is fine. That's how she was.
Yeah.
So for me, I've had to realize, oh, okay, it's okay to wear leopard print. Like, I can start adding things back. So you may have things that have happened to you as a child where perhaps your personality, the way you naturally would have dressed, whether accidentally or intentionally, got squashed. Or maybe your older sister dressed a certain way, so you felt like you had to follow her. And when you start getting used to dress your truth, some things may come up, some emotional things, some resistance to dressing a certain way, or, oh, I always wanted to wear this, or, you know, I don't know, what will people think if I do that? And that's where you want to get coaching with it, because it's not just clothes. Anyone can go out and put on whatever clothes they want. The heart and the emotions and everything behind it, if there's something there that's keeping you stuck, that is going to project no matter how you look. Anyone can put on makeup and fancy clothes, but if they're walking around with pain, if they're walking with body image issues, feeling self-conscious, that's still going to be there. So you want someone like Claire, who's trained as a coach, who can get to the root of those issues and help you find complete freedom, so your outside matches your inside.
Yes, and it's so beautiful. One of the women I've been mentoring lately said she realized that she's been hiding in type 2 colors, and she's not a type 2. And she's also, she realized she had been layering on like multiple thick layers over her body because she was trying to hide. And this revealed some trauma that she had experienced, that she never had made those, she hadn't made those connections yet. And so then we can work through things like that. And really, I just feel like Dress Your Truth just brings those things up to the surface. And now I have the skills as a coach to be able to clean up all of that residue that comes to the surface. So you can feel free, you can feel confident, and you can actually deal with those issues instead of shove them back down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's worth every penny. I mean, the clothes that I've gotten, the tips that I've gotten, all of that, I haven't spent that much money at all. But I feel like I'm almost saving money now, because before I would be like, oh, I'll try this, I'll try this, I'll try that, I'll try that. And I had an assortment of clothes. Some of them I liked, some of them I didn't. Sarah, the other week, and we were going to go together. She came out with bags and bags of clothes. After she left, she doesn't know this actually, all the workers were talking about, how did that woman find so many clothes and buy them? She was a machine. She tried on over 90 outfits in the dressing room, and they were complimenting her like she was a type 3 too, and her husband was there to hang everything up. So they just went like super speed. But she told me, she was like, Brittany, this is the first time in my life I felt like I knew what to pick. Before it was just randomly looking at this. Now she's like, I had the cards, I had Claire, and I had a plan, and it was just, okay, match this, match this, match this. And we just went to a conference together, and she was getting complimented up the wazoo. Like, everybody was like, oh my gosh, we love your new look. Do you have another outfit coming up? Like, there's no way you could have another one. And she's like, I do, more jewelry, more stuff to match tomorrow. And it just, you could just see the lightness and the difference in her and the excitement she had for the conference, knowing that she had that. And that's invaluable. I mean, that's one thing that you can't really put a price on. Like, you can put a price on, okay, here's my budget for clothing, or here it is for jewelry. But on the confidence inside to know, okay, I look good in what I'm wearing, that's something that a lot of people skip over, that they don't pay for. They just keep buying more and more clothes, thinking this will make me look slim, this will make my face look good, this will look good, and they're spending tons of money. And that's not going to change the mindset. That's not going to change the thoughts around it. That's where it starts. And that's what the coaching program with Claire will do over the next, how many weeks? Is it 6 weeks or?
It's six
Okay.
weeks that we do. And I do a 30-minute style consultation with you beforehand. Okay. And then we start going through together. It's group coaching. So what you get to learn, like, from what other people bring up and get coached around. So it just takes it to a whole new level. And with your friend that you were talking about just now, she had mistyped herself as well. Now, I did not tell her that. I was allowing her journey to unfold, but I encouraged her to join Lifestyle and apply for a truth bomb. So you can be truth bomb, true to your type. But yet, I don't know that she would have done that if I hadn't been there to encourage that. So I was so glad that she came to me with that. And I know you guys have like FaceTimed me in the store before. You literally called me one day and said, "Do type ones wear warm tones?" And I said, yeah. And you're like, "Bye, I'll explain later." And I was like, what is this about?
It's true. I was at a birth and I raced out because she wasn't ready to push yet. And the midwife was like, "You got an hour, go to the store." So I raced to the store, was shopping through the line. It was my turn to go to the checkout, and I was holding 2 lipstick things I wanted to buy for my daughter. And I'm like, "Is a type 3 warm or cold?" So I just called Claire. It was like phone a friend. She answered real quick, and we got right back on.
I remember afterward you said, "I knew it would be faster to call
Yes.
you than to look up on the DYT
Yes.
page." Like you might have been searching for a long time.
And I was standing in line. I couldn't do that. So you were there when I needed you. Yes.
I want you to tell everybody about your workout clothes, your black workout clothes.
So I joined the gym earlier this year. This is something that's been a desire on my heart for forever, actually, to work out, and I never could. And I got coaching with it on my coach at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. And that was so helpful because I kept making plans and I kept setting my alarm early, and I just could not figure out, why am I not working out? And so I'm like, I meet with my coach every week, no matter like that. I am a coach. I'm doing the same thing. I meet with my coach every week. So I showed up that Thursday, she's like, "What do you want to talk about?" I'm like, "Working out." So we coached about it. All of a sudden, like 3 weeks after we coached about it, which this happens every single time I get coaching on something, I find out the YMCA has a program for foster and adoptive parents where they offer a steep discount. And I applied and we got a pass, which was like incredible. So I start working out. Well, okay, this is before DYT. So of course, what am I going to wear? Slimming black clothes to the workout. So I had a black top, black socks, and black yoga pants. And I went 4 days. I was going 4 days a week. And there was this one class, body pump. If you've done it, it's not really my favorite, but it's what's on the schedule. So 60 minutes of pumping iron and all those things. And I would always look at the clock. Every track is 5 minutes. Between every 5 minutes, like, when is it done? When is it done? And I would force myself to do it. Well, after DYT, I was thinking, what am I going to wear to the gym? I only have black, but I had gotten these pair of really out there pants. They're like kind of in the, for a type 3, like the hotter pink, and they're kind of metallic gold, very shimmery. I would have never stepped a foot outside of them beforehand. But I was like, you know what? They're the only yoga pants I have, so I'm just going to try it. And I found like a teal top I wore with it, and I worked out. I did the body pump, and all of a sudden, I look up at the clock, and the teacher's like, "Class is done." And I looked again, and I looked, and I was like, oh my gosh, I never checked the clock to see when it was going to end. How did this happen? Normally, I'm wanting it to be over every 5 minutes. And the 60 minutes flew by. So I'm standing there thinking, what happened? Like, I didn't take any new supplement. I'm not drinking any fancy shake that I wasn't doing before. Like, what is this? And I realized, I looked down at myself and was like, I look good. That's what it is. I actually am looking stylish. I like this. And I think the black, because it can be so dark, it can block your energy. That's a whole nother topic. But if you know anything about energy work and things like that, black really can do that. And I think I was blocking a lot of my energy going to the gym and just looking at myself in the mirror for the hours, staring at an all black person with her hair thrown out. Now at least I had color and something to look at. And I was like, I actually enjoy going to the gym a little more. So that was a very surprising thing. And that helped me get rid of all my black clothes, that experience. I was like, oh, I actually can see a difference now. Like, I think this is good. And I did the truth bomb that Claire mentioned, where once you're a lifestyle member, once a month, you post your picture of yourself, you answer a few questions, and they will confirm you professionally to make sure it is what it is. It was a type 3. Claire was right. I was a type 3. But I still did that truth bomb before I threw all my black clothes out. Just because, some people have realized different things down the years. And
smart move. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so one thing I heard today that I really want to share today is timing is your openness to receive. Mm-hmm. So a lot of women listening right now are getting really excited, really interested. But when they click off of this live video, a high percentage of them will talk themselves out of this. They'll say, oh, it's just not the right timing financially, or it's not the right timing with my time involvement. I don't have time for a 6-week group coaching. It's not the right timing to talk to my husband about this. It's not the right timing for me to go shopping for clothes. Timing is your openness to receive. And Brittany realized that on a subconscious level when she chose to dive in, and she got all of those clothes for $1.50
Yes.
each.
I was blessed because I didn't wait. When I woke up that morning, I had prayed and I said, God, you want me to do this DYT? You got to send me clothes on the cheap. I'm not going to go out and spend a couple $1,000 to replace my wardrobe. And I felt like, get up and go to the store now. And I was like, it's kind of early. I don't really feel like it. And he's like, go now. And I was like, okay. And when I got there, that was their annual sale. If I had not obeyed and stepped out in faith in and said, I'll do it next month, or I had a foster baby that, we'd just gotten the day before. I would have missed out completely if I had waited, and I would have probably spent $10 each per item instead of $1.50. So I would have spent $4,000 or $5,000 on what I got. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. And I feel like I was supposed to share that this morning, because I have heard this message from 2 different sources this morning about timing, about if you feel compelled, do it now. Do it now, because the need may not be there for others. I mean, there's just all kinds of things that it's not needed in the future. It's needed for now. And it really is a healing journey to be on.
And if you wait too long, your mind is just going to be gnawing at you. Like when you mentioned you didn't wear black, I didn't jump on it right away because I thought about it for a couple of weeks because I'd never heard of DYT. I just knew you didn't wear black. But every time I put black on, I thought, should I be wearing this? And if I had allowed that to continue, that would have been, instead of weeks, it would have been months of like, once you know something, you know something. So I couldn't keep wearing black after that because I would look at myself, I'd look at the DYT, and I would know the difference. And so if I had waned, I would have felt even more like something was off, because I would have known, okay, this is not my best look, and I'm choosing to do it anyways. And then I would start feeling like, oh man, I should have jumped on when I could have, and then regret would have started coming, and then guilt, and then the opportunity could have been missed, and all these things. So yes, I am so glad I jumped on it then, because I had trips and things coming up I didn't even know DYT would bless. Like when I started it, it was just to look good. I didn't even think about how it would help me when I was traveling or things like that. These were all just added benefits. And so when I started this back in September, October, whenever it was, if you had been doing your group coaching program going back, $299, I would totally have joined, like in a heartbeat, like because it would have even sped me up on videos and caught me up on things personalized from you versus on the website. It's an incredible deal. I would have spent easily twice that.
Yes. I actually, it was suggested to me, the person that gave me this idea of like, do this group coaching, it was suggested to me to do it at a higher price. And I was like, no. My heart is so to serve these people. Like, I just want to put it at this price because I want it to be affordable. I want this to be something that women can feel comfortable doing that. But I also know that women need to be invested in this. And that if I do this on the like too cheap, that's going to devalue this entire experience, and people will not take it seriously.
They're not going to show up.
So
if it's free or a cheap thing, the things that I've spent like $20 on for a program or 40, I've never used them ever because there was no investment. But when I paid for group coaching, which I have before, I showed up every single session when I paid for group coaching because my money was invested and now my time was, and I wanted a return on everything that I had invested in. Otherwise, it would have just been a YouTube video here and there, something here and there, and it never would have gotten results, to be honest. It wouldn't have.
Yes. It's like I add value for my clients by putting a price tag on it.
And I want to come back to, you mentioned briefly the personality thing. That I have loved learning because I have been in a lot of personality training since 2015 and learned a lot. But even since DYT, I feel like it's a whole level up of like, oh, this is why we exercise this way, or this is why we want something fast to eat, or this is why we naturally grow this way. Like, it has helped not just in the dressing area, but in personality. And a lot of us are married. Claire's husband follows this as well, and she gives him help and stuff. And he is always looking great, and he is very upbeat. When you see him, he's very confident in his style, in the way he dresses. And you don't have this, like, you know, hobo look going around, you know, the same outfit every day, pants falling off. That we all know husbands that dress like that. You don't have that going on because Claire has taken the skills that she's learned herself and blessed her husband with them. And so now he is able to dress confidently. He is able to dress in the way that represents his personality, and people take him very seriously. He's very well respected in his industry, in his job. He has a ton of clients that he meets with every day, and very well known, and does great at it. And he presents himself in a very professional yet fun for his type 1 personality way. So that's another thing. It's not, if you have children, if you have teenagers especially, like, learning this now. My mom had always told me growing up, she's like, you look good in fall colors. Like, I love you in browns and fall colors. And now, since DYT, I'm like, that makes perfect sense. Those are my colors. Like, my mom saw something in me, and she commented on it. She encouraged me that way. So a lot of my wardrobe, you know, I did gravitate towards brown.
Yes.
And so think of the gift, if you have children, that you have to give to them now so they can start learning, instead of waiting till you're, you know, 30, 40. And I do know people, I mean, there's people in DYT group who got introduced in their 70s, and they're happy to start dressing that way, and they love it. But if you have the opportunity, you have a teenager, because teens are going to be wanting to go shopping. They're going to be naturally struggling with their bodies changing. What do I do? How should I dress? This is a great way for your husband and your children to just learn as a family as well.
Yes. So when you invest, it's in so much more than yourself. I've been able to mentor very, very, very women going through this program. And 2 of them were my nieces. Last Christmas, my nieces approached me. They knew I was going to be coming, you know, out into town to visit, and they wanted me to help them dress their truth. And so I was able to do that. It was a bonding experience between us. We got to go shopping together. They found stuff that they loved, and they still wear those items. And it's so cool to see a teenager feel that confidence and feel like, I know what I'm supposed to wear. Like, I know what feels right for me. And I don't have to dress exactly like my friend. Like, just because my friend this or that, like, I can have my own unique style. And for my husband in his industry, when he started his business, he was wearing black dress pants, and he would wear like a burgundy shirt with a tie, like up really tight. And he wore that every single day. And I was able to help him get to a place where he looks professional but approachable. And so he looks professional and approachable, and the guy gets more compliments than I get. He goes in the grocery store, and people are just like, you know, I love your hat, I love your sweater, I love your shoes, wow, you look awesome. Like, everywhere he goes, he gets these compliments, and he's like, thanks. My wife, she picks out all my clothes, and she stylizes me, and I like what she does.
That's awesome. And DYT has a whole dressing thing for men. My brother, when I was over there, he asked, he's like, okay, I want to know what I am. And so he watched the dressing Truth for Men, and he asked me, he's like, do you think I'm a type 1? And I said, yeah, that's what I see. So he put on this bright blue flamingo shirt and came out and was like, look, do you like it? And so I've seen him pull out clothes from his closet that had kind of been stuffed in the bottom, that now he's trying to wear them as well. So yeah, and he's 17. So
I love that. It's so much fun. It really, really is. So I have a question, really quick. Why do you think you loved black as a type 3? What do you think was drawing?
That's a good question. Somebody commented when I did my Facebook post today that my eyes look good in black, that I do look good in black. And I know they say all type 3s think they look good in black. I do think it looked good in my eyes.
Yes.
But there were a couple things. I've always loved jewelry. So I've always loved accessorizing. And so I felt like black was the easiest thing to accessorize with. I had all different types of silver necklaces and bright necklaces and earrings, and I just loved the mixing and matching. I believe the whole black is slimming thing. So after having multiple children, I am not at the weight that I would like to be at right now. I still have some pooch here in my stomach from having multiple babies and stuff. And I have thought, oh, black slims you. Like, that's the slimming color. That's the easiest thing to match. It looks good. It's, you know, it's professional. White has never been my color. It's not a color for type 3, and it's never looked good on me. I don't actually think I had a single white thing in my closet to get rid of when I got rid of it, because when I would hold up white to my face, I would look like a ghost. So I didn't really have to get rid of white. So, and gray never looked good on me either. So I didn't own any gray. So that wasn't a problem. But black was like, okay, this is a dark color. I look better in dark colors. So I just wore it. It was just what I was used to. And I had so much of it. I couldn't imagine my life without it. Like, I don't think I imagined that there were enough colors in the wardrobe or clothes to wear without having black. Like, I just couldn't imagine it.
Yes, I have heard, and there's actually a Dress Truth video in the lifestyle content that talks about this, but I've heard that type 3s will reach for black because it feels like a powerful color, and because they feel like it's practical. Type 3s are inherently practical, and they're swift, so you want to grab something and go. But now you can dress your truth and everything goes together. And you don't need to have the same color going on over and over again. And honestly, as far as being slimming, I think you look more slender now than ever without the black.
Mm-hmm.
I
because
love it. I just
it
think
gives people something to look at too. When you're just in all black, there is one personality that does look really good in black. Type 4, that really is with the type 4 with the bold silver. You know, one of their key words is bold, stunning. And so if you are that type 4 woman, but just know there's probably only a 25% chance that you are, so don't assume you are, because there's 4 personalities, then that is for you. But for the rest of us, I think it gives something else to look at, too, on your body than just all black. Like, I've liked realizing, like, oh, I can wear different style earrings and stuff, and that does draw the eye line up, and maybe not to my middle where I want, you know, maybe that's not where I want the attention to go. And so I've got things I understand now, instead of, like, trying to buy clothes that are too tight or girdles or something to like hold it in, or, you know, like, oh, I got a muffin top here like a pooch, I need to work on this. And it is things that I do want to work on, but I have more skills now to decide where people are going to look. Like, I can wear stuff that draws their eyes here, or, you know, here, or, you know, all the different things that they teach you. They have videos on that. I remember going and watching some of the videos on that, like, ooh, how do you do layering pieces? Like, how do you slim certain areas down or not draw attention there? And I remember going through and watching those videos.
Yes, there's like so many resources because it teaches about clothing, accessories, hair, makeup. They have makeup in their store. I just invested in the eyeshadow from the DYT store. I absolutely love it so much. They have jewelry in their store. They have hair products in their store. So there's like so much there in place to support you. And you're talking about type 4 women looking stunning in black. Whenever I a type 4, I'm just almost like not envious, but I'm just in awe, because I'll see these women that have a really short black pixie cut, and they're just wearing like a black t-shirt and maybe like a slightly bold lip, and they look amazing. And every then I think, oh, I wonder if I could pull that off. Like, it's just this thought, and I'm like, no, Claire, you know what it's like when your hair gets too short and still it looks horrible on you. And if you just put on a black t-shirt, you would look like horrible. Like, I've done it. It does not look good.
Exactly. And I forgot to show too, on the back of the cards, they have like some of the key words. Like, type 4s are known for being bold, firm, simple, striking. Like, those are empowering words, which just even changing your language about your dressing can be key. Because if somebody wears only black, like I've heard women joke, I've even probably joked like this before. Like, I have a friend who just wears black. She owns like 3 types of black shirts, and it's like, oh, it's just boring. Well, if that's really her personality, it's not boring. It's simple and striking. So there's just words that can help. And they talk about like texture. Like, type 2s really like soft texture. I realized I had a couple outfits that I liked the color for, but I felt like they made my skin crawl when I was wearing them, and I could not figure out why. They were too soft on me. For type 3s, they don't like things that are too soft. Like, I just wanted to peel them off. Like, I just wanted to shake when I wore them, and I couldn't figure out why. I know, it sounds weird. But after DYT, I went to wear one the other day because the color was close to my color, and I put it on and was like, oh, get it off. Like, it's just too soft. But if you were a type 2 and you tried to wear something very thick and textured like this, it would feel heavy on you. Like, it would feel like it was dragging you down. You want something soft. So I love, it's not just a color program. It's not just go to the store and buy these colors. they talk about all the different things, the fabrication, where, you know, the lines fall, the pattern styles, all of that. It's so much more helpful than just buy these colors, because that would get kind of boring. Like, you want your whole look. And they do cover jewelry, hair, makeup, everything, because you don't want to just wear great clothes but then pop out looking like you just rolled out of bed. Like, even if you want to keep your makeup simple and natural, they just teach some techniques and stuff on how to do that. So
absolutely.
Someone asked a question. Is it okay if I answer it?
Yes, I was actually going to open it up for
okay. So on the question, somebody asked, okay, tell me more about the program, what it includes. So Claire can add in too, but I just want to say that the one thing is the style kit. This is what you're going to get that comes with your pattern guide stuff. This is what you keep with you at the store and at home, and you learn. The next thing is the lifestyle guide. That is a monthly membership into the DYT program. I think it's like $10, $12 a month. Not expensive at all. It allows you to watch all the videos. It allows you to look up makeup, to look up dressing for men. I mean, there's easily 500 to 1,000 videos on everything you could possibly imagine DYT, and everything's sorted by type. So find jeans for your type. What types wear what purples are best for your types? What pinks are best for your types? You know, everything, easily close to 1,000 videos. It's incredible. And then the group coaching is what Claire's offering. She is including for $2.99. You will get a personal session with her for 30 minutes to go over things, just you and her on the phone, no one else, to make sure you kind of know what your type is, what your style is, and then 6 weeks of group coaching where she will come on, share, and then work through topics and things that come up. Some of the topics that are going to come up are going to be things related to clothes. Like, I struggled with matching with this. Some of them are going to be hard emotional things. Like, I wore this the other day and I felt like shame. Like, I felt like I shouldn't. Or like, all body image things, all sorts of things. And she will do personalized coaching with the people that are sharing in the group coaching. And those that aren't being coached, however, almost all of us have had those same type of thoughts that are going to come up. So we're going to get to see how they're being coached and what they're going through. And she's going to be your personal guide to help you over the next 6 weeks get dressing your truth. So that's the style kit, the lifestyle membership, and her 6-week coaching program. So that's what you're going to get.
Because I've watched so many women who are in like the DYT programs say things like, I feel like I'm standing out. I feel like everybody's looking at me. I stand out in a crowd, and they feel really bad about that, and they're not able to process that. Whereas I have been able to process that. And I told my husband the other day, I was like, I went to this place and I stood out like a sore Easter egg. Like, I just was like, I loved it. It didn't bother me at all. I'm used to now. I live in color. And so when I go to a place and it's gray and black, that doesn't make me uncomfortable. But that's because I've been able to process that. And like, I have the skills to share with other women to help them process. And that's what I'm really, really excited to take this to a whole new level.
Absolutely.
Really.
Absolutely.
So do we have any more questions before we wrap this up, guys? If you have a question, type it up really quick. For Brittany and I, because I mean, it is kind of unique. I'm a type 1 secondary 3. She's a type 3 working on her secondary. And you kind of have a unique opportunity here. Have you dropped the link in the comments yet?
No, because I'm on my phone now, which I wasn't expecting to. So okay. I'm a little off. So
That's okay. I can comments. So yeah, drop your questions real quick before we leave here. Because I know you guys are still with us here. It's cute because even my kids dressed in truth, it has made putting their wardrobes together so streamlined. I actually do something with my kids. This is a little bonus tip here. I make outfit bundles for them. So when we do the laundry, we roll the outfit all together and wrap a rubber band around it. So my kids just go and grab an outfit every day. They don't have to piece together their stuff. And like, they have the cutest little outfits, but I'm able to find it. DYT makes thrifting like so easy, because thrifting can be so overwhelming because there's like so much diversity. But now I just have my style guides and I'm like, okay, this is what I need for this person. This is what I need for that person. My 4-year-old is a 4, and 4-year-olds have an inherent, 4-year-olds, oh my goodness, type 4s have this inherent ability, like they know their truth more readily than other types. And so from a very young age, he would point out type 4 items and say, oh, I like that. I like that. Like as a 2 and 3 year old, he was always picking out type 4 stuff. And I just think that's the coolest thing, to be able to support him in that. Since I don't wear black, my tendency could be, no, let's not get the black ones. But instead, I buy him black pants, and he's like, thank you for these black pants, Mama. I love them.
That's one thing I did want to say. When my cards first came in the mail, and I was just getting used to it, I decided to test this on my children. Because from the other personality program that I had done in the past, I kind of knew, okay, you know, we called it something different, but I knew what a 1, 2, 3, and 4 were, and I kind of already knew which ones the 5 of them were showing. So I laid all the cards out on the table, the pattern cards and the color cards, and I called them over one by one to pick. And my type 1 daughter came over, pointed to the type 1 colors and the type 1 patterns, which I thought that was interesting. My type 2 daughter comes in, she's younger, and we have gone back and forth on whether she's a 1, 2, and she grabbed the type 1 patterns and the type 2 colors, and she had to explain.
Oh my goodness.
She said, I picked these colors because I really like that particular teal one. And I was like, that's interesting. Then I called my sons in, and my type 4 son instantly looked at the pattern guide, picked type 4 patterns and type 4 colors, and they were all separate, so they didn't even know what pattern matched what colors. And then my other son, who we have not really ever been able to determine really what his personality is, couldn't decide and was like picking all of them. However, I have been watching him more and more and letting him go to the thrift store. There was an opportunity where we got to go and he could pick whatever he wanted, and I let him pick whatever he wanted. He picked all type 4, and I've noticed he wants to wear black and bold. He is always picking bright yellow, bright red, bright everything. And I've noticed if I let him choose all of his clothes, which is pretty much, he owns no brown, nothing like that, it's all type 4. So I thought that was really crazy because they didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't have the pattern cards next to the colors or anything like that. It was all spread out on the table. And they gravitated towards what we already saw in their personality.
That is really, really crazy. That's like verifies the program right there. Like
it was really, really. I mean, it made sense because leopard print, as a child, that's what I always wanted. And I owned, before DYT, a shirt in this exact pattern, like exactly. So when I got these cards, I was like, oh yeah, I kind of am already picking these stuff. So yeah, I love it.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we leave?
No. We'll put Claire or me, someone will post the link as soon as this is done. So this video will be up till, tomorrow at least till noon. So if you, like my mom's interested now. She wants to know about it. Like she's been asking questions. So if you watch this video and you have a friend, a best friend, a sister, a mother, somebody you're like, ooh, they would love it, comment and tag them in the video because Claire's program is going to start tomorrow night. And I don't know that she's going to run it again this year because she has other coaching and other things that she's working on. This is kind of get the new year right, get your clothing, so, get it going. So if the video blessed you, if you were intrigued, share it, comment, tag people, and sign up for a course. It starts tomorrow night. So.
Yes, I totally agree with that. And if Brittany, if you're friends with Brittany and she brought you here, she can send you the link. If you're wanting some Dress Your Truth links, she can send you links to like the quiz and things. And obviously, if you're friends with me, just send me a message after this. I'm just excited for you women to really deal with your wardrobes and have it all congruent and make it easy so you can move on in life to things that have a lot of importance and a lot of you're spending a lot of energy on constantly sorting through everything. And I want you to be able to put that energy toward other things that you can impact this year. All right, Brittany, thank you so much for joining us, guys. Feel free to go ahead and drop your comments. Like Brittany said, the link to my my group coaching event will be dropped in the comments. And thank you guys for joining us. I love you all. Bye, everybody.